have been killing Iranians, shooting down uh, these apparatuses of the Islamic Republic, killing individual Iranians, sabotage, 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 subversion, subversion, subversion. But they're saying to Iranians, it's illegal for you to fight back. Right? It's illegal for you to defend yourself. Can you imagine? They say that and they mean it. Hey, you're not allowed to defend yourself. And if you look at whatever they're trying to do, they're trying to get rid of missiles from the Islamic Republic of Iran. They're trying to get rid of powerful explosive devices. They're trying to get rid of intelligence networks. Anything that the Islamic Republic have that makes it powerful and strong, they say you can't have that, or we don't want you to have that. Therefore, we're going to isolate you. We're going to cut you off. They bomb and kill nuclear scientists, I mean, by the dozens. And it's okay. But why? Because we don't want you to defend yourself. Not the only one to go for that is the American Negro and a few more people. We want to be defenseless. We want to trust you to defend us because you've been honest with us. You've been good to us. Okay, what do you think? What do you think those people overseas think when they do the same thing? They say, oh, you want us to give up our defensive weapons so you can walk all over us. That's what they say, right? That's what everybody say. I'm saying that our associates have not taken that road. Our associates have evolved, and now they might not be number 4 in drones in the world. They might be way up there in missile technology, right? They're up there with North Korea and the bottom end on Chinese defenses. Some of the other second-tier countries, they're not first-tier. They're only first-tier in drones. So they're number 4 in the world in drones. Probably number 4 or 5 also in cyber warfare. So they got that way by themselves, by their own individual Defense Department, not depending on other people. You see what I mean? They're taking a lot of hits, but so are we. If you look around here, hey man, nobody has even come close to surviving the amount of time that we've survived as a community. They just don't do it. I'm not saying they can't do it, but they haven't done it yet. And we've done it, not with a smile. I'm not saying if you look here and you see a carpet popping up, if you go downstairs, you'll see missing pieces. That's all right. I'm not saying that's all right, but it ain't no big deal. It ain't no big deal. Why? Because we're going to fix all that. We're going to fix it when we get ready. Yeah, we're going to fix everything when we get ready, right? And if you see something that's not fixed, or rebellion in its early stages, always is outfunded and outgunned by the enemy. They have bigger guns, their guns shoot a farther distance, all of that. So you have to be very strategic in what you're doing. That's why some of our articles from years ago were strategic management under conditions of repression. How will you operate your life, your organizations under extreme circumstances? We are under extreme, but we don't make it look extreme. There ain't nobody in the United States history that I know of that remained inside of the United States that have dealt with boss man like we have. It just ain't nobody. If you find them, just remind me in the next class. Just go through you. No, just do it. And we'll say, yeah. And they've been here all of these 60 years or so. See, longevity, all our old articles that talk about these characteristics, longevity. To be here a long time. And we don't plan to leave no way soon. The way we look at it, we figure we got another 25 years. That means I'll be 100 then. That don't mean we're going to be here no 100 years. You'd be lucky you get here next year coming up. But it don't make no difference. See, look, we leave behind or we send forward a pattern of behavior that if you do it, you'll get there. If you do what everybody, you got to remember now what everybody else has done. There are people here representing the Islamic Republic. They have taken certain behavior patterns. Look where they are now. Look where they are now. Why? Because boss man is a liar. He double crosses people. To them, boss man wouldn't lie to us. Boss man, he telling the truth. Next thing, they're on the terrorist list. But boss man, we just signed a little accord. It's not a treaty. That's not a treaty. Yeah, we can do it or we don't have to do it. Okay, so when they want somebody to walk away, they bring in Don. Don do what they tell him. And believe me, Don is wonderful. Don't think Don is a bad boy. Don is wonderful, stupendous. No, Don, and you think his mission is finished? Don, his mission is not finished. And the stuff he do, he made insanity normal. He made insane actions normal. He got the QAnon lady, whatever she do, and they got bodies buried all over. They got the little kids didn't get blew away at this place and that place. They say whatever they want. And America's looking at them like, who the hell is that? Where did she come from? See, if you got a little crew and you believe those things and you keep them amongst yourself and you form your life on that pattern, it ain't no big deal. But when you roll out and you say those things, like study how we bring stuff out. We bring a little bit out at a time. By the time we get it all out, it's already happening right in front of everybody's face. It's already happening. We've been doing that all the time because presentation sometimes has a lot to do with reality. When you present it, how you present it, what are the conditions under which you present whatever it is you're making your presentation about, right? The environmental circumstances surrounding your presentation, right? So we've been saying what we say for decades, but we have to say it in a way at the right time when people can perceive it. You can't get mad at people. Them people are dumb. They slow. Man, the people are slow, and I told you that. I've been thinking that for 50 years. Well, you got to wait to the people. You got to wait on the people. But you got to prepare the people at the same time. There's waiting on the people while you're preparing the people. You're not going to sit around and wait on the people to get the idea. You'll be talking about gray bearded, you'll be dead. Waiting on the people to come to reality. Right now, you can watch these things on fifth generation drug dealers from my time. When it came on me at first, I said, boy, this is deep. It was evolved. This is in the mid-'60s. Now they got people who are in their mid-20s and they're considered old. They've already went through that process. Different drugs, sometimes the same drug, but they do the same thing. grabs the community, sets the community back, holds the community back, turns the community in on itself. We didn't do none of that. In Oakland, all of that was, they had it on the list. We're going to send drugs into Oakland. It's going to destroy everything, and that's that. Well, they did send them in there, but it didn't happen. Why it didn't happen? Because we perceived and we knew what they were doing. So what did East Oakland Enterprises do? East Oakland Enterprises took that ball and ran with it. So what we did was, with one group who got involved with us, we rescued them from poverty. Poverty. Everybody who was with us had big money. Now in those days, that was a big deal, because it wasn't nobody, there was no young people that had no whole lot of money. None. You can't get no money making $2.50, $3 an hour, which was good money at that time, don't get me wrong. 1965, $3 an hour was just fine. It was about $110 a week take home, and over about $6,000 a year. Shoot. Rent was $100 a month, right? Cars was little or nothing, right? I mean, you know, the richest car in America didn't cost but $5,000, $6,000 a year, $6,000. You know, that was the biggest. They drove Cadillacs. So there's a Cadillac or Lincoln, and that was it. But even Mercedes was the same price. They was cheaper because they was a German car, foreign car. They was better, of course, and they didn't bust out till about 71, 72. By 73, everybody was driving Benzes almost. Wasn't driving Cadillacs and Lincolns no more. Do you know that a Cadillac was not even in the top 10 cars in the world? The only American car was number 7 in the world. It was a Lincoln. Peugeots and all them other cars were ahead of them. And I read a magazine. I said, what, a Cadillac ain't? For us, a Cadillac was like H-E-A-V-E-N. I mean, I'm telling you, the real heaven. When you got your Cadillac, you didn't need, I know they're just a regular car now, but that was a time. Hey, man. Anyway, so now here we are. We're in the middle of all of this. We're in the middle of all of this, and we're setting the pace. We're setting the pace. I'll get back on track here. The people, if you saw this, you would see the people are calling us over and over again. Calling. Yeah. Because they want us to, you know, to react to them. This is the crackpot crew. They said, we're in D.C. now. That's what they said last night. And we coming by. That's what they were saying. We're coming by there and we're going to straighten all this out. I say, you lying, you ain't in no D.C., dummy. If you was in D.C., you wouldn't call me and say I'm in D.C. You would show up at the joint. Y'all is joking. Or they'd be here right now because they called me today. They called me today 8 or 9 times. Well, you want to have your meeting? Last night, the meeting. Today? What are you talking about? You're not even here, silly. You know where the Masjid is? But they can't come around here. Why can't they come around? Now, this might be, you can't tell whether I'm telling them I dare you to come around, but just imagine the things that have went before. What if they do come around here in D.C.? We're out in D.C. They've caused all that trouble in California. Why would they be here? They've assaulted me. They've did all kind of terrible things. It's all common knowledge. So that means they would be not pestering, what do they call it? They would be harassing me. Yeah. I already tons of phone calls, right? So, oh my goodness, why are you here? Oh, you're here to harm me. Yeah, of course, we know how to play everything. It's big fun, right? Oh, you know. So, I know they're lying. Well, why are they lying? Why are they doing that? They're at the end of the line. They're at the end of the line. Boss man had been trying to get me to finish running that. First, they wanted to get rid of us there in Oakland. They wanted to squash it all out.